Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Hey, thanks for checking me out. So, I just thought I'd talk a little bit about a Mandela effect concerning black holes. So, for the people who have watched my channel before, I had a popular video that I did, which was showing the galactic map and where we were in the map, and I've been following where our location of in the universe since I started discerning that there was a type of whatever the Mandela effect was. When we were in Sagittarius Arm, then we went to the Orion Spur, and then we were in Cygnus. So right now we're in a part of the Cygnus area in a spur. But as here's the theory, and it's all kind of tied together. And this doesn't. There's different parts to Mandela theory. This doesn't cover everything. This just covers one aspect of it. Okay, so as I was mentioning before in my other videos, when you time is a higher dimensional concept. So you have to have a fifth dimensional mindset to see time as it relates to our reality. I did explain this in a couple other videos, and I urge you to read my blog on victorhamsa.com. I have a blog, and I talk about the different levels of dimensional thought. And to cover it real briefly, two-dimensional thought, people don't have visualization. They don't have an inner voice. Three-dimensional thought, you do. Four-dimensional thought, you get more, and five-dimensional thought is more with manifestation, understanding time, and being outside of time. Now, with that said, if we, how would you perceive it if you were being pulled into a black hole? So you would be, from your perspective, everything would be the same, you see. But for people who were on the same level with you, but they have higher dimensional thoughts, for those people, they can perceive those disjointedness from outside of time being pulled towards the black hole. You would perceive it. Other people couldn't perceive it because they don't have that ability. Since we're in a holographic universe, you can only see and perceive things if you have the ability. So for instance, if we have flatland, and then we have a ball comes through flatland, for the people on two dimensionals, they can only see that a line. But for someone coming from a third dimensional perspective, they could see the whole ball going through that flat plane, right? So if when someone has a higher dimensional mind and a construct, as a construct of way to deconstruct reality, they can actually perceive different things. So one of the things that they can perceive is time, and what I'm going to refer to as time shear. So if time's being pulled, you have a time wave, which we do have time waves, which are a fact. The LIGOR facility did a construct, and they were able to, using that word construct a lot, but they were able to determine that we do have time waves hitting us. Now, if you see the changes on the Earth, a lot of it is constructed. A lot of the changes are from time seems to be sped up. So I did a I researched a lot of things, and one of the things I was researching before was crystals seem to vibrate at a certain period when I looked it up, and now they vibrate at a different rate. So the different ratio of crystals in vibration would show that time has sped up, as I was saying before in my videos, 24,000 times faster. But we're not, for us, it would be perceiving it the same. So for instance, if everything in the universe shrunk by half at the exact moment, the exact time, how would you perceive it? Would you perceive it at all? If everything shrunk by half, you wouldn't notice, because everything would be in proportion to you. You follow me? So when we have, if as we get closer to the black hole, we would shrink. And people who measured themselves, their height, have noticed that they've shrank sometimes almost an inch versus what they were before. That's certainly the case. The case of the air around the planet used to be a lot more, and now there's less air. It's different. So we were, I believe, it's hard to even recall, but I believe we were beyond 50,000 light years away from the black hole. It's called SAG star, is what they're calling it. In the center of the universe is a black hole. Now we're able to get pictures of the black hole. So before we couldn't get a picture. Now we have a picture, although they use different telescopes around the Earth, and they were able to correlate that data and make a picture. But now we're getting pictures, as you know, of black holes. If you look at where we are in the universe, I was looking at it, we were at 28,000 light years, and this was back in November. Then we were at 27 in kind of December, January. Then we were 26 in February. Now we're 25,000 light years, and this is in April, which is scaring the crap out of me. So I don't want to scare you, but from our perspective, you see, for most people, they would say, we're going to be going, we're going to have, it's going to be, you hear that it's going to be like 4 billion years before the sun, burns out and everything else. And that would be from a perspective within linear time. Now, with outside that perspective, if you're being pulled into a black hole, you wouldn't notice that it would always your time's now. So it would be being that time is impacting in your reality. Unless you had a higher dimensional perspective, you wouldn't notice. So it always would seem that you were at 26,000 light years. I'm going to say that because I don't want to be at 25,000 light years. It's scaring the crap out of me. But at 26,000 light years, let's say that you're dwelling at that, and that's always been the case. So the time would always be now. The only thing that doesn't make sense is how it would edit all the books, because then it would be like we're in a multiverse. We don't know. We don't know how, if time's impacting, how it would impact our reality if a time wave hit us. I think what's happening is the time wave pulls, we're literally pulls, and it's taking that now moment and inserting it, and then it's the time wave hits, and then it changes everything, and then you see the change, but you don't, you could go back and see fragments sometimes of the change as it hit, it seems like. So reality tries to reorder itself versus being pulled, but it seems like that the time wave impacts our reality, and it pulls certain parts apart, and then it reassembles itself, but yet there's errors. So that's what I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying that it's not done by intelligent design, a lot of it. As I said in my other videos, that stars seem to be like angels. That's in biblically, that's what is referenced. The luminous heavens and the choir. So what about the black hole in the center of the universe? What would that would be a higher, like would that be like a god? Would that be God? Would that be an angel? What is it, right? So as we raise in vibration, vibrational frequency is what all the light workers, what everybody's talking about is vibrational frequency. Raise your vibration. Everybody's saying, raise your vibration, raise your vibration. As your vibration is higher in frequency, you would have to have everybody talk about new earth, new vibration, raise your vibration. As the vibration of the planet would be higher, you would have to linearly move towards the black hole, because the black hole has the highest vibration. It's the densest material. It's giving off the highest vibrational frequency is the black hole, which is the abyss, which is the angel of the abyss. So the higher the vibration that people are taking in, the faster we're moving through time towards the black hole. So what I'm saying is actually, lower the vibration here. Let's not jump into this black hole. Now, what happens if we go into a black hole? What happens? Nobody knows. What they're theorizing is they don't, as you get towards the black hole, people have different theories. Some theorize that things would seem the same to you, but the outside universe would change. Some people theorize that everything would get, I would say that stars would come closer in, and you would be like, oh, wait, where that, that could kill you. But what happens is you might not perceive anything. It might be, once you start, let's say you get to the event horizon itself. A lot of things are saying, a lot of websites, a lot of reading I did about it says that you would be pulled into two universes. One would be the universe that you came in from, and that one you would be instantly turned to ash. The second one, you would go past the event horizon, and then you would be pulled apart in X-rays, and over a matter of hours, you'd be squished really small, right? We don't know. It could be that you're pulled into another universe, that a mirror universe, that we're like this, only different. Nobody really knows. I'm of the theory that we would just get squished. That's why I stayed up the other night, like, oh, I don't want to get squished. And I was scared to share this with you, but I think it's important enough to know. Now, according to the numbers I was looking at, if we are 28,000 light years, 29, I was looking at 29,000 light years, 28, 27, 26, now 25 I'm scared of. I don't even say the word 25, it's 26. I want to manifest 28,000 light years, okay? I'm keeping that, no, 29, no, 50. Let's do 50,000 light years. Let's lower our vibration, get way far away from this friggin' black hole. But if that's the case, and if it's every month, every 2 months is how long do we have left? I was doing the calculation. I think middle of February next year, maybe 10 months, maybe 12 months, we would be at the event horizon. And then that'd be it, right? Kaput. So don't worry about the coronavirus. You got bigger fish to fry. So everybody's wondering, it comes in threes. What comes in threes? This might be it. So I don't know if you were on the what I'm scared of is that let's say we're 1,000 light years from the black hole. You're going to see all the textbooks change and everything change. It would be like, yeah, we used to think we were on Sagittarius arm. We used to think we were at Cygnus, but now we exist, 1,000 years from a black hole, and that's the way it's always been. So that's what I'm afraid of, is that as we get closer, to the black hole, it seems like since we actually we think we're perceiving, what I'm saying to you is, we think we're perceiving, the past and the future, but it seems like we're only perceiving the now is all we are really perceiving, the way it is now. For people to perceive the past and the future seems to be that you have to have a higher dimensional mindset to actually see that we weren't always 26 or 25,000 light years away from the black hole in the center of the galaxy. We weren't always there. You see, people just can't perceive it. So there could have been other cultures in other galaxies that had people on it, maybe the same, maybe different people, who knows, that went about their daily life, and it always seemed to be to them that they were always in the spot that they were in, but as they slowly slid into the black hole. Now, what does that all that mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? It could mean that we're all going to perish in a black hole in about less than a year. So now enjoy this time they have with your family away from everything. It's a gift, right? It could mean that I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I really want to be wrong. I don't want to be right. I want to be wrong. I don't want this to be like a bad movie, because there wouldn't be a good ending, really, because everybody would just slide in a black hole, and that would be the end. It'd be like, oh. In a cool movie, they would go into a black hole, and then I don't know. Like I said in another video, if you go into a black hole, maybe your time sense would switch, and I don't know. I really don't know. That would just be conjecture. But if you're going, live your life and be good, do good deeds. There's hope. There's a lot of hope. One of the things are aliens. There's aliens out there. I think that they would have higher dimensional mindset, so they would know about black holes, and they would, maybe their spaceships are powered by black holes, and maybe that they would be able to do something about this. I don't know. Maybe they're from the black hole, and it's all conjecture. People say aliens are demons, so maybe that's it. Who knows? But all I'm saying to you is that it's something to another thought for the pile, right? The wood pile. Hopefully that one is wrong. I want to be wrong 100%, but I just thought to bring that up because it would make sense. A lot of people reporting films from the past and different things happening. It all kind of makes sense with this theory about black holes and how the black hole and how we could be affected. Hopefully, scientists say that black holes sometimes seem to stop pulling a lot. I think that might have to do with how much matter is fed into the black hole and then how much matter is not, and it reacts differently at different times, and it sends out different gravitational waves of in time and space are interrelated. So that would give you a time wave. So time isn't actually linear as such. So it could be that maybe we'll hang out 26, hopefully 1,000 light years for eons. I wouldn't want to move forward anymore. But I think it's important for everybody to lower your vibration. Don't raise your vibration, because that might be affecting as well. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, and I'm not trying to scare you. It's just something I wanted to share because it all tied into the other stuff I talked about briefly, but I have put some thought together about it, and it does kind of make sense for a lot of it. Now, there's good news that I don't want to scare you, but there's good news about other. I was able to decipher other things about the Mandela effect, so it's not all gloom and doom. So maybe we'll talk about that next time. Although when I prayed about it and I asked for signs, I kept getting shown the sign like, don't talk about it. So anyway, I'm gonna let that go. It's thanks so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. Peace out. Bye.